Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary, and that's right, there was that 2v2 tournament on the weekend there that we had the warm-up event. It was for GameReplays.org. The $500 event apparently is next week, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. And I really cannot wait to cast these games because I've actually started really getting into 2v2s quite a lot, playing a lot of 2v2s online on Revora, casting a lot of 2v2 games. And to have all these players together doing all these 2v2s is going to be awesome, so I cannot wait for that. Tournament seemed to flow okay. I mean, it had its teething problems. GameReplays usually has a few problems there getting their tournament started, but it went okay. Final series kind of fell a little bit, so I'm just going to be doing like the quarterfinals and the semifinals just to get some casts out there. But we have Team Bike. I'm not sure if that was their name or whatever, but it's bike-RUsh and Panic versus Wookibert and Phoenix, aka Steven, Donald, Nashington. We are going to jump in. We're on Wasteland Circles, and you look at the map, you're like, Green Zero, I've never seen this map before. It's because it's new, and I really like this map as well. I've only played on it twice, and I've loved both games. Blue field in the center here. If we go up here to the top, you can see that you share your starting field with your ally here. So we're going to see Wookibert playing his Black Hand, Nashington is GDI. They've all picked their factions, and Wookibert is clearly going for the spikes because there's an expansion field nice and safe back here, and there's two spikes in the corner. There's two spikes. That's the only spikes on the map. It's just those two there, and of course you can see that Nashington's probably going to want to expand to the back because Wookibert is going to want to expand down here because his expansion field is a very interesting situation here. It's really going to be hard to siege that from over there, but air could come in. But you've got that field there, and if we go back up, again, it's going to be a map that you're going to have to get used to. If you go around, there's these passages, there's a few buildings here, there's an outside passage which goes around and an inside passage, and then you've got the blue field in the middle. Again, probably it's a reasonably large map, so it's going to take a while for you guys to get used to it. If we go over here, the whole thing is mirrored. So we're going to have bike-RUsh+ownz, I believe, is playing as Reaper17. Panic is Nod. So they're going to be playing here now. Raider Buggy goes out straight away, have to scout in a 2v2, and the same is mirrored over here. Looks like bike-RUsh is taking both the back spikes. And of course, Panic's expansion just here. There is, of course, expansions over here. There's a dry field here, which will be fully grown by the time they get to it. So if we jump over the other side, it's also dry over this side. And there's also fields in the corners as well. Not fully grown, but they will grow to capacity once they look to expand there. So basically, each faction or each side has two expansions to go to. The back one and the side one there. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10 green fields and there's 4 players. So someone's going to get an extra green field from either side there. Blue tip field, the only one on the map, not grown of course. And again, nothing much has been happening because I've been focusing on the map. But yeah, both sides are just scouting each other. They don't know this map. They don't know what to do on this map. So they're just going to probably play it safe with eco builds. And you can see here, Raider Buggy's picking at each other, but it's not going to do too much. Looks like Wookibert is going to lose that. No, Nashington, sorry, is going to lose that scout. So everyone's a different faction, so keeping it real. bike-RUsh, interesting enough, Reaper17. Artillery, probably not too important on this level, just because you've got a lot of avenues. I found that it's because it's a large map and there's lots of avenues. Fast attack, it pretty much is the way to go. Air is also very good. If you're going to go tech, you've got to really plan for it because to get your tech units, which are usually slow across the map, is a fair bit of effort. Unless, of course, you go for like stealth tanks or mechapedes or vertigos or something like that. But nonetheless, a lot of fast units are going to be good. Wookibert has just a few bikes out here at the moment, just pulling back his Raider Buggy. But again, yeah, no one really doing much at all. And bike-RUsh already looking to go for some blue Tiberium. That's a bit of a travel as well, because he had to travel from here all the way down here, and he's going to be attacked. He has got a Seeker tank or two down here just to defend. And Wookibert, oh, his bike accidentally went the wrong way then, so he's kind of thrown that a little bit. But it's not going to matter too much. Bike will get a full load of blue Tiberium. He's going to be liking that quite a bit. Wookibert is moving his MCV down. Sorry, no, that's Nashington. He has double war factory. I'm not sure where he's going. He does have a building over here. He actually put a ref down on Wookibert's expansion, so maybe they're not too sure how to play this map, but I guess you can do it, so they are going to. I'm not sure where the MCV is going, though. There doesn't appear to be. I mean, maybe he's going for a push. That could be it. He's got some Predator tanks, which are going to be really hard for the bike buggy to remove. He's got double Preds coming from the war factories, of course, and they're just going to be streaming in. The bikes are going to go around, but they've realized, hang on a second, there's some Predator tanks here. They're not really going to get shots on, and oh, MCV from Wookibert's like, hang on a second, what are you guys doing here? You shouldn't be here, and he's going to have to back up now. But again, looks like most of the combat is going to be focused here. bike-RUsh already with a photon cannon queued will be placing that down. He puts down his construction yard. Oh, the hand of Nod comes down, I think. I think Wookibert's going to flame him. Yeah, he's got the flame upgrade already. Beacon's up there. I'm not sure what that was. No, it's just a buggy and a bike. There's actually nothing there. We'll concentrate on this fight here now. So it's going to be Predator tanks from Nashington. And oh, that's got to hurt. That has got to hurt. And of course, infantry here by what do you call them? Wookibert. But yeah, they need to get some anti-infantry and get rid of the buzzer swarm, because bike-RUsh just did a pretty good buzzer swarm there. And I think they've got the better units. They've got the better units here, the Predator tanks and the infantry. They just need to cut down some of the units they have here. Seeger tanks aren't really going to find too much use here at the moment. And the Warfactor, of course, heavily delayed by that stasis. Oh, we got some bikes over here as well running through this base here. They are getting chewed up a little bit, actually. There are some defending units here from these guys, so they should be okay. Meanwhile, this fight is still raging on, and these guys are now starting to really develop themselves. A lot of hand and nods here. They're going to have to try to get rid of some of those buzzer hives, which they're causing a little bit of problems here. Predator tanks now have repairs. The battle marker rages on the bikes did get cleaned up. I'm assuming at least 1-2 harvesters went down there. But now there's quite a number of Predator tanks here, and it looks like Wookibert is in a little bit of trouble. His MCV is going to be under attack very shortly, and yeah, all the buzzers have been cleaned up. There's towers here. There's a lot of Predator tanks. There's Scorpion tanks, but they're against rockets and Predator tanks. That's not what he wants to see. And this fight here is now getting pretty intense. I wasn't expecting that. On a level such as this, another war factory comes down. Nashington's probably selling his ones at home. Double portal comes down. Tech is down, so there's an obelisk, which is going to be very nice indeed. But of course, those portals just get completely destroyed. A few dev tanks here from what do you call them, bike-RUsh. But now the MCV is starting to take rocket damage. It has a field on it, but he's actually starting to focus it pretty heavily. Nashington's tanks join in. There's actually a lot of combat here. There is a lot of units here for these guys, and they will be trying to push that MCV down. And I'm pretty sure they will get it. Yeah, they do get it. Phase comes down on those Devourer tanks, and I think it might be for a crush, but really, to be honest, not going to be able to crush too much. The MCV is down, which means bike-RUsh cannot build over here. Actually, no, he has build radius around that stasis chamber, so he can still place down those buzzer hives. But once that falls, he's going to have no build radius at all. The dev tank's just rolling through, and look, all the infantry just pull back. Nashington did pack his MCV up. More Predator tanks coming out now. Predator tanks need to stop shooting at those Devourer tanks and start shooting at these buildings here. A second avatar now comes out of the War Factory. They're going to be hard to remove around that War Factory. That one takes a lot of damage from the rear armor, mind you. What's happening over there? Those dev tanks still getting shot at. I think Wookibert needs to rally his infantry a little bit better. Maybe get some more Cabals there as well, because they do get the buffing Aurora. He should be able to take this down now, and if he just quickly pops that stasis chamber, bike-RUsh will not be able to put any more structures down here. And he's still trying to deal with those dev tanks. The phase finally wears off. There's a lot of towers here. There's rockets coming in now. There's 3 avatars, which is a problem. Wookibert doesn't have a, what do you call it? Does he have a war factory? He has, that's his only war factory far out, so which means if he loses that, he's not going to have a build in this game. And these guys now are trying to take out the storm columns. bike-RUsh desperately trying to help defend here. Battle marker over there. It's just a bike. It's probably not going to be able to kill that harvester. There is a tripod here from bike-RUsh+ownz. There's a decent amount of armor. There's 3 avatars here now, and there is a tripod. But now this army is slowly pushing forward. And these tier 1 units just doing the damage. Even Wookibert just moving some bikes through there. He does laser field. He laser fields it, but if this goes down, that is all she wrote. And it does go down. That avatar, that was probably definitely an avatar. Just got cancelled. Maybe it was MCV, but I doubt it. And look at this small, bulky tier 1 army. Oh, he hits him, he slams him with the cloaking field there. The Black Hands survive that easily, but the rest of the units take pretty heavy damage. But nonetheless, there's just too much infantry. Tripods are not good against infantry at all. They are terrible. A beacon was placed by Panic. What was that? Oh, geez, he's fired off the radar jamming missile. That's not a nuclear missile. It almost looked like it, but it's the radar jamming missile. Most people don't really see the animation of that. But bike-RUsh is actually going to hold. Somehow Wookibert has, Panic has surrendered here. I probably got the names wrong at least some point in this game here. The MCV did evac, so it's not actually here anymore, and I think maybe it's time to stop building Predator tanks and maybe go for some aircraft here, because these tripods will be able to drop that. That last Predator tank will be making a run for it. There's quite a few tripods here. Decent amount of damage on these. 4 of them are at half health, so he's going to want to be careful not go forward too far. It's actually a little bit of a roadway behind these structures there, so there you go. Nashington did move up. Wow, he's got double ref. He's got double ref, and of course Wookibert now is just going to be pumping out rockets, and that's really going to help him quite a bit, because these tripods aren't going to be able to take that kind of infantry power. He's going to need shards. Bike runs through here. He's still going for just lots of tier 3 tripods, which is good. What has he got back here? He's really only got that big cluster of tripods, and that's it. And again, what these guys are building now, I think Nashington, he's got a lot of rifles. I think they're from sold off structures. He's not actually producing rifles. He's going for another expansion, and he put a crane down, which means his main base probably could sell off a ref there. There's harvesters here that they could be transitioning. A few harvesters here they could bring across to the left-hand side of the map and just harvest down here. There was a battle marker down here. I'm not sure what it was. Something got destroyed there. There was a bit of fire there. Could have been some bikes. Yeah, there's some units moving up over here. So again, there's a lot of room to move for these guys here. These structures are really important because they can keep this whole channel wide open of scouts. And it looks like these guys are actually going to be moving again pretty quickly. There's shard walkers coming out now, so they have to be careful about those. Even the riflemen are actually getting buffed by the Cabals there, and I don't think they have enough to go in here. I mean, he's got a base head, he's actually got black head. Did he sell off the tech center? Yeah, he did. He can't actually utilize the tech center very well anyway, just because he can't actually produce any nod structures. Oh, he hits him with another cloaking field. That's going to hurt, and he's going to run forward with the tripods. How much damage can he do? He should be able to take a few of these tripods down, to be honest. Blue shard is done, which is going to be a pain. He might want to go for shields as well on those units. Surprisingly, no tripods have fallen just yet, and wow, they really did not do a good job of pushing that back. More rockets are here now. They will be starting to drop these guys. There's buzzers actually driving through this area. Another buzzer swarm comes in. There are Cabals here. These guys are actually in a little bit of trouble. A lot of buzzers actually being constructed here. And now more Predator tanks coming out. Orcas are actually coming out, but I'm not sure if that's a correct response. There are blue shard walkers here, and the Predator tanks are a nice touch. Predator tanks and infantry are probably what they really do need, but they don't have enough Predator tanks. And the infantry now is just getting decimated. bike-RUsh just throwing in all these buzzers, and they're actually being really effective. And now this base, Nashington is going to lose this base. He puts down another war factory. I'm not sure why he placed it there. It's probably just going to get EMP'd straight away. But he is under attack. These guys need to try to defend this area. Orcas now, he was double airfielding them, but they're just getting expended very fast. He's desperately trying to drop these tripods. He will drop some more of them now. And harvesters are going down. Meanwhile, the shard walkers are getting chewed up a little bit. More buzzers still going. He's finally going to clean those up with the flame. And Orcas, some of them will be able to get away here. Predator tanks firing at these tripods. Sells that war factory. Really only produced one unit, I think, for that whole war factory. So he will actually lose another one of those. And meanwhile, battle marker raging down here. Bikes do rush in. I'm not sure if they did too much damage. Probably not a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of rocket power here now. And the Orcas as well, just unloading their rockets on this. Oh, look at that. That is game over. So bike-RUsh actually threw it in there. So bike-RUsh did lose that game because I can't see Wookibert or what do you call it, Wookibert or Phoenix actually throwing that game. So obviously, because bike-RUsh uploaded the replay, it's not going to show that defeated for them. So bike-RUsh there, unfortunately, going down. So wow, Wookibert and Phoenix actually killed them on wasteland circles, and that was really well done by those guys there. That push, didn't see that coming at all, and that was very gutsy to do it on a map they probably have very little experience on. Team 1 there, 174,000 to 197,000, so they got about 22,000 more. We'll have a look here and see which team that was. Yeah, Wookibert and Nashington were Team 2, so they got a lot more. But yeah, that push, really well done by those guys, and I think Panic and Bike were just trying to really fast tech there, and unfortunately they couldn't hold it. And Nashington was able to evac his MCV after that attack initially happened, because I think he realized he wasn't going to get in, and managed to get an eco up, and that of course allowed him to survive. So very well done there. That was game number 1. We're going to jump into game 2 because it's a best of 3. Probably should have said that at the start of the video, but stay tuned. Game 3 is coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 2 between bike-RUsh+ownz with his ally Panic against iAmPhx, Nashington and Wookibert, and we now are on unsound investment, and look at the Black Hands come out to play. Oh, when things get nasty, Black Hand comes out to play. But again, obviously powerful faction. I don't think they're that powerful in 2v2, to be honest. But Panic actually got Steel Talents. He might have picked random. But nonetheless, we're going to jump into this game. And Wookibert and Nashington must be feeling pretty good. They're one up against this team. And of course, both of these teams are probably the single most powerful teams in the tournament. Bike and Panic and Nash and Wookibert. I'd probably have to say, looking at the team list, the people that did rock up, these have to be the 2 most powerful teams. Unfortunately, no Master Leaf and Dutch, so I think they might have just called everyone's bluff there, just saying, hey, we're going to play, but no, they're just going to wait so no one sees their tactics, their special tactics, if that's what they're doing. But Nashington is Black Hand, he's purple. He's coming down here now, which means bike-RUsh, he would stay as red, I'd imagine. Yeah, he's going to be red, so Nashington's going to be facing off against bike-RUsh on the right-hand side, which means Panic, who is Steel Talents, is going to be facing off against Black Hand on the other side of the map. Engineer, unfortunately for Panic, is not going to be taking that spike. He wasn't quick enough there, and he should be able... Oh, doesn't actually manage to clean that up, which is unfortunate there, so Wookibert not on point. But he will take that spike. Who went for the back spikes? Looks like Nashington went for the back spikes, and bike-RUsh went for the back spikes here. So everyone just chilling, just relaxing. Grabs these bunkers here just so you can keep his eye on things up there. So looks like Nashington gets his back spikes a little bit faster than bike-RUsh, significantly faster than bike-RUsh. He may have placed his barracks in a different position. But nonetheless, was there bikes? Did I just see bikes? No, that's a buggy. And Did I see bikes? No, I'm just seeing things, so I didn't see any bikes. But Panic obviously is probably going to be pretty happy because Steel Talons can't really get flame rushed because of the Titan. You can just crush the Reckoner, and flame tanks do not like Titans at all because they can shoot over buildings and they can't really sit still because they'll get crushed as well. But Harvester coming out from bike-RUsh. Interesting ref placement. Normally you place the first one over here because you can get it really close to the field and then you can crawl your way over there, but he's selected this area here. One bike does come out. He's going for a second bike as well. Actually, no, he's all in. bike-RUsh is all in, and these guys, Nashington just drove his buggy through there. He's like, hang on a second, you are all in, and there we go. The barracks comes down straight away. He's like, I know you're all in. And he's just going to be going for rocket squads. He doesn't even care, bruh. He's like, if you're going to all in bike me, I'm just going to go for lots of rocket squads, and one bike will fall straight away, so not a good start there for bike-RUsh. This is great for Nashington and what do you call it, Nashington and, oh my god, I forgot his name, Wookibert, far out. I need to get the score screen up for myself. It looks like Panic is going to do something as well. Wow, they're like right on the edge. If they lose this game, they are out of it, and I mean, bike-RUsh's all-in has been spotted, but he's actually going to Wookibert, and looks like Nash realizes this now, and he's probably going to drop a barracks for him. But look at this, he's already got rockets out as well. The MCV is moving up, and this is a problem. He's going to see it if it drives past the spike. Actually, he's going to see it because of that building there. But this could be a problem. He's sending some of his infantry back. There's only going to be bikes here as well. This could be a problem. It looks like Wookibert even powering down his war factory, realizing it's probably not going to help him too much in this fight here. A lot of rocket squads now firing at these buggies. They should be able to get them. Nashington brings in some buggies. They obviously do know that the MCV is coming now. They should, at least one of them should have spotted it, but they should definitely spot it now. These guys now starting to trade units up. A lot of infantry here. He doesn't have AP ammo, so Wookibert might. Yeah, he's going for a shrine. I'd just sell the war factory. He probably doesn't even need it. He could probably just sell it, and he's going for the upgrade straight away. Again, with no AP ammo, he could be in a lot of... Yeah, he just sells it straight away. With no AP ammo, the Steel Talons player could be in trouble. Titans, of course, are good, but he's going to be fighting against nothing but infantry. Meanwhile, Nashington does pull the Harvesters off the line here from bike-RUsh. Is he going to get a Harvester kill? I don't think so, no. He's not going to get that Harvester kill. A lot of splash damage coming down, but it's not going to be enough. But bike-RUsh had to pull all of his forces back, and a Harvester is now not harvesting, and this is buying these guys time. Towers are starting to come down. Oh, the flame upgrade is just about to finish, and there's a lot of there's a decent chunk of infantry here. He's not going to be able to do too much. That Titan straight away just getting absolutely punished. He's probably not going to get the kill. It's probably just going to be able to outrun them. But yeah, look at this. What's he going to do about that? bike-RUsh cannot drop shredder turrets because he is, of course, MCV cell. And he's got a war factory here, and look at this. Panic is in all sorts of trouble. Meanwhile, bike-RUsh is moving through with units, but there's enemy infantry here. Nashington doesn't have the upgrade, but he is starting to fire at these guys here. Oh, he accidentally powers his own units down there, and he sells the war factory. He needs to get all of his infantry back here. bike-RUsh is getting chewed up. He's getting chewed up. Meanwhile, the MCV does fall. Oh my god, these guys are in so much trouble. It looks like Nashington and Wookibert could actually come through and win this game. bike-RUsh's attack completely failed up the top there, and now there's so much infantry here. Even Nashington is mixing in rockets and rifles as well, or rockets and what do you call it, Cabal, should I say. Battle markers up here. No, it's nothing serious. We'll stay tuned here. This whole base is just going to go down. He's got no chance of saving this at all. A one more Wolverine comes out. It's probably not going to get to fight. He does actually have AP ammo, which is interesting. Nashington, meanwhile, completely lost nothing here. bike-RUsh is, he does have an MCV, but look at his economy. Oh my god. He is in so much trouble. And this infantry army, it's actually splitting up. I'm not sure why it's splitting up. He probably doesn't need to do that. Is he in trouble? No, he's not in trouble over here. There's actually nothing happening. Oh, mag mines, sorry. That looks like mag mines. Is it mag mines? No, it's definitely not mag mines. It can't be mag mines. It's that rifleman squad shooting at it. God, he's freaking... What am I doing? So he did get AP ammo, but of course, Panic is out of the game. He can't build anything, so he surrenders and gives bike-RUsh his units here. Moving the Titans now. Nashington is moving in. I'm not sure about them splitting up their force. It doesn't really make... I mean, it's weakening their force. Nashington is actually... He needs to probably wait for all his infantry to bulk up. They're not all here. Meanwhile, Wookibert is moving through. He should be able to drop that power plant, which is going to be very important, of course, to these base defenses. Wasting a few shots on the turrets there, which is not good. Does drop that pretty quickly. Meanwhile, oh no, did he grab his MCV? Oh, bike-RUsh has Nashington's MCV. Oh my god, he has no structures. He's got 2 barracks. They're being built. Oh no, Nashington, how did that happen? He's lost his MCV, and this game is really in the balance now, and now bike-RUsh is drafting Cabals. Does he have flame upgrade? Apparently, yes, he does have flame upgrade, so he's actually starting to draft those now, and he's shooting up these infantry squads. Meanwhile, this whole base is getting attacked. Nashington is doing a lot of damage. He's trying to focus down the MCV. If he gets the MCV, I reckon he could just go for it, but there's a lot of Cabals here. There is a lot of Cabals here. He's just going to go for it. He goes for it straight away. He gets the MCV. bike-RUsh has no MCV there, but he's got an MCV over here. That bunker is captured, but yeah, he's still got an MCV. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. Looks like Wookibert did actually push through over here. here, but he's not probably going to be able to finish that base off. Meanwhile, Nashington will lose his force over here, and this game now is going to become a 1v1 because Nashington cannot construct anything outside of these barracks here at the moment, and bike-RUsh is just starting to put down more and more shredders just to cause problems for him. He may have to surrender, and look at this, he's going to go for engineers, and Nashington's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Meanwhile, these harvesters not doing anything. Oh, actually, they are doing something now. They usually stop on these fields when they run out because it's just retarded how this map is built. But oh my God, Nashington's still not surrendering here. He's still constructing out of these two barracks. So there's no power for bike-RUsh, so he does have to sell off, and he sells all that off as well. And look at that, he does surrender. Nashington now giving his units and his money, and I would imagine he gave a fair bit of money. bike-RUsh has 8 grand. Wookibert has 5 grand. So there you go. These guys are actually very, very wealthy. But who's in the better position? I really don't know. bike-RUsh actually has bases on 3 areas of the map, so... But of course, they're very underdeveloped maps, very underdeveloped bases. He has a few shredder turrets here. Shredder turrets are pretty useless against this kind of man spam, not unless you have the upgrade. And he sells them off just to get the flame units, because that's just going to be a whole lot better. He could be drafting power plants as well. Battle markers over here. There's some bikes over here. Did they cause any damage? Not quite sure. There's rocket skies over here. Wookibert is developing his base over here. So it's Wookibert versus bike-RUsh in a 1v1 on Unsound now. What a crazy game this is turning out to be, and they are trying to flame that down. Probably could have sold it off before it goes down. If you sell it off before it goes down, you get the Cabal squad as well, and he might have to sell these structures off here. Wookibert doing an okay job of defending this, but he's continuing to put down units now. bike-RUsh, of course, is very wealthy, and he's going all out man spam, just man spam like crazy. He needs to get some build radius down here, so I guess really this base here is not too helpful just because he doesn't have build radius where he needs it. This base here is almost out of Tiberium, which is a bit of an issue, and there's no refineries up here, so actually bike-RUsh not in the greatest position, I think. I think he might just stall once he burns through his 8 grand of cash, which he's probably pretty close to doing so. Yeah, he's only got 1,000 left. Wookibert has, oh my god, he's got $13,500. Wookibert is just rolling in it right now. He needs to do something. He's going to have to pull these harvesters. He's going to have to pull the harvesters. He's continuing to fight this man spam. There's flame tanks coming out. That could be a big problem. Meanwhile, what's happening over there? Nothing much. bike-RUsh is now constructing flame tanks. These harvesters need to just evac now. A lot of them are evacing, but it looks like just automatically once they fill their Tiberium, once they fill their load up. But what's happening over here? Wookibert's at the back of his base is pretty undefended. He went for tech. He does not have an army. He's got multi-MCV, which is good. He needs to get the upgrade. He's going for the upgrade now, the charged particle, but he needs to stop this flame tank. I'd imagine there's probably more. Yeah, there's another one there as well. And there's one over here. Oh, there's 2 over here. Oh my god, these bikes, they need to destroy these guys right now. I think he's trying to go, no, he's not going for Obelisk, so he's obviously comfortable that these bikes can do the job. They could do the job, they could snipe the tanks out from underneath, but there is another tank over here now, and Wookibert is very, very rich, but he just does not have the units here at the moment. He just got the upgrade is done, and now these bikes will respond. There is only 4 bikes here, so he's got to watch out. His tech center is now under attack. He fences it, but he needs to kill this flame tank. He needs to shield it. The fence is doing a good job. Will it save this tech center? I think it may just save the tech center. Yes, it does save the tech center. Infantry now coming down. Another flame tank. He's going to have to watch out for that. Bikes now moving. Oh, there's flame tanks coming out everywhere. Oh my god, he's going to be able to take that one down. He's got an elite flame tank. Oh no, he actually accidentally gets splashed down a bit. He does shield that out, which is very nice. That flame tank now taking a lot of damage. There's more flame tanks up here. He needs more turrets down as well. He's desperately trying to put them down. He must have a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. I can see it on his refineries here, but he just doesn't have the time. What's happening over there? It's just a unit. Oh, Wookibert just surrendered. Oh man, I just felt Wookibert could have done a better job than that. He had so much money, he just couldn't spend it. And it was a good idea to go for the, of course, go for the upgrade, but he needed to have some barracks down before that was happening, because he just had no army and he had a lot of money as well. Look at that, resources was the best. So, oh man, I can't help but feel that Nashington and Wookibert may have just handed that back to bike-RUsh and Panic. So it's 1-1 now. This is a best of 3, so we're going to go to a deciding match, and whoever wins that match is going to progress in this tournament. So let's have a look at the money over here. So Team 2, 137,000. That would have been Wookibert. 110,000 to Team 1. So yeah, they got about what's that, like 27,000 more, about the same as in the first game. But unfortunately, they lost this game. So unfortunately, not too good for them. But what can you say about that game there? Pretty crazy, pretty intense. We'll have to jump into Game 3 now. Stay tuned, Game 3 is coming up right now. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Green Zero here with the deciding game between bike-RUsh+ownz Panic, Wookibert, and Nashington. For some reason, I keep forgetting Wookibert's and Nashington's name. I'm normally really good with names, but I don't know what's happening today. I don't know, maybe just because I got up and I'm tired. No, I'm not that tired, but anyway, let's have a look and see what's going on here. Obviously, Wookibert and Nashington got to pick the map, and they've gone straight to Fotten. That's right, it's Fotten Forest here. Who would have thought? Everyone's probably played this in every single round of the tournament, because why the hell not? But we have Zocom for Panic and Blackhand for bike-RUsh, GDI and Marked of Kane respectively for Wookibert and Nashington. I think we're in for a pretty good game here. It's game number 3, the deciding game on Forgotten Forest. Let's jump over here and we're going to see, I think they kept the same. No, Nashington is Marked of Kane, and Wookibert may very well be the greatest bird of all time, but he is GDI. He is GDI against bike-RUsh+ownz playing as Blackhand, and his ally over here, Panic, playing as Zocom, I believe. Yes, he is. He's Zocom, Procom. Interesting faction choices here. So, for these guys over here, artillery could be a theme, because Blackhand can build artillery, but they don't usually build artillery because they like fast attack. They don't like the late game, because Blackhand don't have as many strategies in the late game as some of the other factions. So, they're really good in the early and the mid game, but they're not so great in the late game. They don't have a lot of options down there. But nonetheless, these guys here, they're probably just going for a straight up eco build. Are they going to rush? I mean, Bike and Panic have done something crazy, did something crazy in the last game, and they were right on the edge as well. And Panic just completely failed with his attack. I'm not sure. I mean, they forced out a lot of infantry, and then they went for a time push. Oh, that was a bit iffy. I mean, it wasn't good on paper, and it wasn't good in reality. So, unfortunately for that one there, Panic is Zocom now. I can probably predict him just building a million harvesters before doing anything. bike-RUsh might want to get some bikes out. Yes, he has got some bikes out. He shows it to the scout there. There's a buggy coming out as well, but no, it looks like a harvester. So a bike and a buggy, just one of each. This could be just a decoy here, and he should be able to focus down that Awakened squad, and he will do so before taking that garrison. But I think, yeah, he's just using it to counter scout, maybe trick those guys into thinking there are going to be more bikes coming, but in reality there are no bikes coming, so he's going to be able to kill that. And they're going to see, he doesn't really get a glimpse of what Panic's doing. He doesn't see the MCV is moving. That's way out of his range at the moment. But yeah, look at this. Nashington is like, hang on a second, I'm probably getting bike-RUsh. Oh, he did actually cancel that. So he cancelled it. He must be content that he's not actually getting rushed. And the GDI player, Wookibert, doesn't even care. He's like, we're not getting rushed, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, almost a little bit of psychological warfare there from these guys. And that's very important in these games as well. Especially in 1v1s, to trick your opponent to think you're doing something you're not. It's extremely advanced strategies, and most mid to good players won't use it. It's usually only the pros that use strategies like that, just because it's a very, very advanced kind of strategy. And oh man, I can tell you what, I've won some clutch games with those strategies, just tricking people to think I'm going orcas, and all of a sudden Shats and infantry rock up out of nowhere, and they've got nothing but pit bulls, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful, but Panic has expanded nonetheless. They do have to watch out for one clicks, because Nashington is a nod faction, but Bike is a nod faction as well, so these guys are going to have to watch out for it. But look at that, very popular position to put the MCV, and I've probably said this before, because you can place structures on the other side as well as this side and minimize click efficiency there. He's going to try to dig a foxhole, and he will do so. Panic does get a foxhole in there. A few bikes from bike-RUsh moving up here. There's quite a number of them, actually, but he should be okay. There's 2 bikes here from Nashington. He does have a barracks down as well. Probably going to go for a rocket squad or 2. He does fire the EMP blast. It doesn't actually go off. This harvester's going to have to get pulled off the line. He will pull the harvester off the line. Nice move there. Can he save it? I don't think so. Oh, he stops. He needs to get behind the war factory. Oh, he could have really made bike-RUsh work for that, or at least cost him a few more units. There's a battle marker down in the bottom as well, forcing him to sell up some of his structures here. But bike-RUsh, that was surprisingly effective considering the small amount of bikes that were down there. Meanwhile, it looks like Wookibert is taking Tiberium down there, so that's very nice. Predator tank comes out. That's probably why bike-RUsh left. Wookibert sending some assistance there for Stephen Donald. Nashington doesn't lose a second harvester, luckily, so he's going to be okay with that. Pitbulls are here. They snipe down a few of these retreating units. Could go for that other buggy. It's important to snipe down these buggies, because if they build up too much, their meat shield potential just goes through the roof. But nonetheless, he's just pulling back the damaged pitbulls, which is very nice, very advanced there. And he's going to pull those back to his war factory. The other ones are going to remain down here. Generally, if they're not in heavy damage mode, I probably wouldn't repair them. It depends on the situation. He will be taking down that last buggy. Beacon is placed by Panic. What is that? It's a buggy there, so he cuts the buggy off. And now he's got his own pit bulls here. He did just place his second ref down there. More harvesters coming. He's going for air. He's got ceramic armor. He does have ceramic armor done. Wookibert is here now. He's got some predator tanks, so he should be okay. These pit bulls with fresh repairs do come down, and Panic's not going to be able to do much about that. What's happening up here? Oh, there are some Predator tanks. Oh, they do just smash those bikes that drive through there. bike-RUsh not expecting that, and he just lost his force there. Fire and debris everywhere. Meanwhile, the Pitbulls do rush into this area here. There is a Harvester, doesn't get attacked. EMPs do miss their mark again. Nashington not terribly accurate with those today. Meanwhile, bike-RUsh clean out the rocket squads. Wookibert had some rocket squads in there just to prevent any leeching in the blue tier. That is pretty crafty. Meanwhile, Pitbull's moving through the center, and looks like Panic is going for a very fast expansion here. Second expansion. They haven't even really touched their main field or the expansion field, and they're going for another one. And as everyone knows, it's really important you have to secure one of the two middle fields basically as soon as possible, but you know, you don't want to sacrifice your tech or your units for it. I'm not sure if he saw those hammerheads though. Did he see the hammerheads? Battle marker down here. We have some Pitbulls here from Panic. He runs in, but he's shooting at rocket squads, unfortunately. He's going to be moving into this area here. Predator tanks need to respond, but these Harvesters are going to be under attack. Nashington may have to pull them off the line. Meanwhile, the hammerheads are actually fighting these Pitbulls. Is he focusing them? He is trying to focus, but I don't think he's going to get one. No, unfortunately, the Pitbull's not powerful enough. And he's actually firing at rocket squads. So yeah, Panic was distracted then, and his Pitbulls are now cornered, and they will more than likely go down to this attack here. Meanwhile, Predator tanks getting shot up by these hammerheads. There is one AA turret here. Another turret comes down as well. One hammerhead does get blown out of the sky. That's going to be very important. These guys are going to need tungsten and Tib core, and it's dual MCV for Nashington. Tib core on the way as well. That's got to be Tib core. It can't be anything else. I mean, he could be going for supercharge, but I'd imagine with seeing those hammerheads, he wants to go for Tib core first. Tech center comes down, very dangerous position there, mind you, from Panic. Meanwhile, what's happening up there? Battle markers, just infantry standing on the Tiberium. There is going to be an attack down here. Is there any AA? There's actually no turrets down here, so that could be a problem. Did he just get clicked? I thought I felt a click then. No, it must have just been me. No clicks coming down. And look at this. Oh no, Wookibert is losing his power. I can't believe there's no AA down here. Meanwhile, some infantry over here for bike-RUsh, but yeah, losing all the power. Venoms are coming out, and these guys are actually going to be pulling back. But meanwhile, these guys are pushing in with infantry, and he has Predator tanks. But a Juggernaut comes out, which is not what he wants. So I would have rather that been a Mammoth tank. But now he's starting to get chewed up a little bit. He's got power problems. He is moving back here now. He's got some more units. Venoms are responding, though. Orca Strike, sorry, is responding to that. It looks like bike-RUsh is being a little bit annoying up there, but the main battle is down here. Panic is moving in now. There's a lot of rocket squads here. Oh, they do get crushed. That's a big crush by those Predator tanks there now. One clicks both the refs away. Oh, no, that's terrible. These guys now are falling apart here. They are falling apart. Firehawks are coming in, and they will be able to shoot these guys down, but I think they just overreacted a little bit here, and they're actually losing this base head. And there's a beacon here, no doubt that it's going to be a vapor bomb, and the Harvesters are here, and he needs to clean up these units. I think they might be able to clean these units up if they're lucky. That Armageddon bomber will actually drop its low there, so it goes in. It does not quite destroy the tech center, but he's just going to finish it off, sells it, and these guys are in all sorts of trouble now. There's a few towers here. This whole base area has been completely destroyed, beaconing up there. Looks like those guys are looking to expand again, but I think Panic's actually doing most of the damage in this fight here. Did they just get clicked again? They got triple clicked. Oh no, that's brutal. That is brutal by these guys here. I mean, a win's a win, I guess. They want to put these guys down, and I can't see Nashington and Wookibert recovering from this. There's a single ref down here on their expansion, but they really got thrashed down there. Nashington does have double MCV. He does have a click plant, but did he use anything? That's the question. No, he hasn't used them yet. By the looks of things, everything is still here. A Marv is out, and it's getting loaded up with Zone Raiders as well, so that's going to be a real problem for those guys. Hammerheads are here. It looks like those are hammerheads from Wookibert, so they're actually coming in and destroying a lot of these Black Hand infantry units that are in the middle of the map. bike-RUsh is particularly weak. I mean, maybe that fast tech hurt him a little bit too much. He's trying to go for a Redeemer. He does have one upgrade from his tech center. Meanwhile, hammerheads are here responding to those infantry. It's just Ralph and the squad. Really no chance in hell for them to do much over there at all. But Nashington probably wanting to get some eyes on this base down here. He could double click this. That's prime for clicking. These refs are spaced a little bit too far apart. But I don't believe he's used any clicks yet. He needs to be able to see his enemy. And I don't think Wookibert even has a comm center, so he can't actually scan for him either. Meanwhile, these units are coming in. There's a Marv coming in. I don't know how they're going to be able to stop this. There's no tech from Wookibert. He's going to need EMP grenades, but of course these APCs. Oh no, there's hammerheads. They need to not engage there. That gun damage against hammerheads is really strong. And now Wookibert is going to be losing this base down here. I'm not sure what more they can do here. He's got endless EMP, of course, from these sold-off structures. He could try to delay this as much as possible, but I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. He does get a second EMP down. Predator tanks are here. They need to clean up the APCs first. Once they clean up the APCs, maybe the hammerheads can come back, but there's really only one of them. Oh, he's got a mine strike here. Oh, it's mag mines. I was thinking maybe it was going to be the regular mines, but no, unfortunately, mag mines not as powerful. But still doing a big chunk of damage to the Marv, which is very nice. These Predator tanks still trying to clean up these APCs and firing a little bit too much at the Marv there. I think, yeah, he's actually changed targets over here. Battle marker over there, not sure what it is. Still no clicks coming down from Nashington. Really hasn't had the opportunity to click, but bike-RUsh and Panic have control of the middle of the map, both fields, and these guys can't even really refine efficiently on their expansion. So I think that's going to be all over for these guys. And Wookibert has thrown it in. Nashington is now fighting alone. He does use a Tiv Bane on his own field. It will kill the APCs, but the Marv will tank that all day. He's not going to have a problem. That Harvest actually going to get run over if he's not careful. Does EMP his own Harvest, but he gets the Marv, which is fine. Collateral damage is a must. Meanwhile, he's losing his base over here. He's going to need double Shredder turret. There's a Redeemer here. No Flame on the Redeemer, which is interesting. But he's trying to deal with 2 epic units in 2 different locations. And Nashington, it's a valiant fight here, but really, he has not got much of a chance to actually hold this off. And yeah, he just surrendered for some reason. I was still able to click on the minimap then. But yeah, game 3 obviously over very convincingly. So bike-RUsh and Wookibert, sorry, they're not even on the same team. bike-RUsh and Panic will actually proceed in the tournament. Wookibert and Nashington will go out. Hopefully they have more luck next week when the $500 event rolls around, and I really can't wait to cast those games. I'm super excited to cast more 2v2s, and I've got more 2v2s on new maps coming up, so stay tuned to my channel. More videos from the tournament coming out ASAP, releasing as many as possible. But there's no doubt who got the most money then. Almost $200,000 from Team 1, $160,000 from Team 2, which is still a fair effort. But given the length of the game, only 10.5 minutes, the gap was pretty sufficient there for these players. So unfortunately, Wookibert and Nashington bow out of the tournament. bike-RUsh and Panic will continue on. Stay tuned to my channel. We have the next series of VODs coming up ASAP.